TWF Impact on Axs Tv or Smash and Inside Farseer. I am Joey Styles, here with Renee Young and with Aiden English. And today on Impact on Axs Tv or Smash and Inside Farseer, we're going to see Mora here, since she is the one who won the right to take on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or MJF, for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings last month. Joey Styles says, "You got that right," Renee Young says. And we're going to see her here today, Mora, however you say her name, I don't know. And she did win the right by winning the Keenly Loudness to take on MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. So, next week it's going to be in your bedroom. That's right. Aiden English said we're going to see it in your bedroom. And I wonder if Amora is going to happen to beat him or not. Will it happen? Alright. So I know that some of you folks out there are like, well, what kind of TWF heavyweight or world heavyweight fighter would I make? Well, I would make a greater one than would, say, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who, in my belief,
love you, Skip, bye.
I love you too, Mom. Or in my belief, isn't truly a good one. I mean, what has he done since he's won the TWF heavyweight winnings and Royal winnings? Oh, he won it before, and then, shamefully won it back from Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow beat him for it. Then he wants it back. Then he has to do unfair stuff just to keep it the last time he fought Jack Sparrow. Then if we go forward, you've seen what he did to Rex, from the Dollar Tree, those 2 times they had that match. So at the end of the day, I don't think he is a good TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Not at all. And I know Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he likes to spin things. He always likes to talk about how he's so on-looking and everything, but sadly he hasn't done anything to get any on-look. So I dare you, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So I dare you to do something that someone should on-look you for. Since I'm not going to on-look you for anything. Well, Amora, or Amara, however you say your name. Yeah, I can't believe you would think that you think ill of me. That you think I'm not a good TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. That you think that I shouldn't win it. That you gave me how I beat Jack Sparrow and how I beat Rex. Well, let me tell you something. Next week, in your bedroom, we're going to have our match. Have our fight. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. And you're not going to have anything. I'll still have the winnings, you will not. Let me guess why, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Because you're going to do something unfair. You're not going to follow the oversight. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So the way I look at it is that how about we just have our match now, and instead of yielding for next week. The way I think of it, the way I look at it is that you're shameful, and I think I would make a better TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter than you. Greater than you. We should have had the match. No. Instead you'll in next week. Well, I say no. And I know that that I'm going to beat you. And that's going to be what it's going to be. No, it's going to be in your bedroom. Alright, Astronomer says, that's enough. You know, what is it with you folks? I mean, no, with you, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I mean, if it's not the Miz bitching about not getting on look, it's you bitching about how you're not getting any on look. So, the way I look at it is that next week, the way I look at it is that next week is in your bedroom. Well, we're going to see Maxwell Jacob, we're going to see Mora take on Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. And you know, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I know how you kept your winnings, what you did in your match with Jack Sparrow, what you did in your matches with Rex. And I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen this time. There are going to be no throw-outs. There are going to be no track-outs. So, at the end of the day, you might think you're going to keep the winnings by having your match thrown out or being tracked out. Well, think again. That's not happening. But since you are here today, Amora, you're going to be wrestling. And you, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I don't know what you're going to be doing, but I can tell you one thing. You're not going to be making any mishap here today. Well, we just heard from Astronema, the matchmaker and the matchmaker and the main overseer of the TWF. And who is Amora going to be wrestling today? Joey Styles says. We don't know who Amora is going to be fighting. You know, we don't know who Amora is going to be fighting here today. But we hope it's going to be a good match, though. And here comes Sami Zayn coming in a ring. Well, Amora, I think today is the day me and you should have that match. And Astronomer said that you had a match here today, and I think that's going to be me. Well, why not? You know, why not? You know, why not have that match? You know? Ding. Well, this is going to be good, Joey Styles said. We're going to see Sami Zayn take on Amora here today, and Amora picks up Sami Zayn and just slams him. Right down, Joey Styles said. And Sami Zayn now is good again. You know, he's no longer the man he once was. A close stake by Amora. Oh, that's right, Renee Young says. Sami Zayn broke away from the Bloodway in WWE. He's going to fight Roman Reigns for the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. You know. And you wonder if Sami Zayn hopes to go after MJF for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Renee Young said. I don't know, Aiden English said, if he does or is not going to be fighting Amora or not. Or MJF for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Because what I heard is if Kenny Omega and Faith have their match, whoever wins from there is going to have the right to fight them. Aiden English says, only when you think of it, Sami Zayn isn't really what some would say a main show wrestler. Oh! And Sami Zayn just took her down with that boot. Aiden English, Sami Zayn is a former WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. He's a three-time WWE Interland fighter. Hey, so I wouldn't say that he have worked to have his right to go for the TWF heavyweight winnings or the WWE heavyweight and winnings. And Joey Styles says, and Sami Zayn's hoping that if he has a good match with Mora, he might be on look for getting a match too. Joey Styles said. Renee Young said, Sami Zayn just took her down again. It is true that Sami Zayn and Mora were once in the bloodway. They no longer are. In the TWF, no one has to worry about Roman Reigns because he's lost his winnings. He's no longer as big as he once was. Mora just body slammed Sami Zayn again, Renee Young said. And Mora doing that spin strike with her hands. And Mora took down Sami Zayn. Well, fuck. Out of the way. Will she win here today, Joey Styles says? Well, I don't know, Renee Young said. It depends. It has to do with how much fight is still left in Sami Zayn, Renee Young says. Aiden English said Sami Zayn and Mora, well, they made a mistake when they broke away from the bloodway. They made a mistake for even fighting MJF. They're both going to lose. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And here is your winner, Mora. Well, Mora has beat Sami Zayn here today on Impact on Axs TV or Smash and Inside Farseer. And Smash Inside Farseer. And we know that MJF probably is probably hoping that he doesn't have to face him more because he's probably frightened that Mora beat him, Joey Styles says. You got that right, Renee Young said. Maxwell Jacob Friedman might be frightened that Mora might take his TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings away from him. I don't know where you're getting, Renee Young says. I don't know where you're getting all that from, Aiden English says. MJF doesn't seem to be, frightened of any man or woman. But at the end of the day, he is still going to be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Aiden English says, well, Jim Ross now is going to talk with MJF now. All right, Joey Styles and Renee Young, I'm going to talk with MJF now. MJF, next week in your bedroom, you're going to be fighting Mora for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Yeah, I am, Jim Ross. I'm going to be fighting MJF. I'm going to be fighting Mora for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. At the end of the day, I'll still be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winner or fighter. Because even though I can't get thrown, the match can't be ended for a throw out or a reckoning out or anything like that, I have always seek ways to keep my winnings. Yeah, Jim Ross said, I saw what you did to Jack Sparrow. We saw what you did to Rex. At the end of the day, I don't know what your game goal is going to be, what unfair thing you're going to do in your match. Jim Ross, I'm not going to tell you what my game goal is. I'm not going to say anything, so Mora won't have the skill or craft to beat me because she won't know what I'm going to do. But I can tell you one thing, Jim Ross. I will still be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter after In Your Bedroom. Yeah, and apparently you'll still be a bully and a heel and a creep afterwards. Well, without my talk with MJF or Maxwell Jacob Friedman, back to you, Joey Styles or Renee Young. Well, thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with MJF or Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on Impact on Axs TV or Smash and Inside Farseer. And that's all the time we got here for Impact on Axs TV or Smashed Inside Farseer. I am Joey Styles for Renee Young and Aiden English. We hope you like Impact on Axs TV or Smash It Inside Farseer, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.